Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about some rare fruits: Medlar, Hawthorn apple, and lotus fruit. The Medlar, also known as the common Medlar, has been cultivated since Roman times. And you find this in parts of Asia, Russia, and Iran. And in order for this fruit to be eaten, it needs to be bledded. And bledding is a ripening process, for those of you that don't know. It's fruits that need to be bledded. Some of the varieties include persimmons, quince, and of course Medlar. And for instance, this persimmon, it's a Hychia variety. It's firm. If you eat it in this form, it's going to be really astringent and really like dry out your mouth. Well, after the bledding process, you see the same persimmon is almost like a water balloon, really sweet. And what that does is the bledding increases the sugar while decreasing the acids and tannins and the things that cause the fruit to be so dry. Once the process is completed, the Medlar should taste just like almost like dates and applesauce, and really works well with cheeses and out of hand, things like that. Kind of a fall flavor really works well with it. The thorn apple, otherwise known as the May tree, the white thorn, or the hawberry, is looks like a little crab apple almost, but it is a little bit different. It has this tart red, resembles a crab apple, and there's several varieties within this family. And you'll find this in temperate regions in Europe and Asia and in North America, of course. This is where it was grown. And the fun thing about this is you can actually eat the leaves in the spring when they're nice and tender, almost like a salad, or otherwise even the flower buds are edible. And some people say that the flavor is like a acidic apple burst. I say almost like an overripe apple. Really a superior fruit for jellies and candies. Mexico, there's a variety and they use it to make Christmas punch. So it is really a delicious thing. Lots of acid, really good flavor burst on the palate. Next we'll be talking about the date plums. And it's got its name because once it's ripe, it's reminiscent of both plums and dates. It's also known as the lotus fruit, which I mentioned, or the lilac persimmon. And it actually is related to the persimmon family. And you'll find this all throughout Europe, down into Spain, parts of Asia as well. And for all you Greek mythology fans out there, this was the fruit mentioned in the Odyssey, and the ancient Greeks referred to this as the fruit of the gods. Really a nice addition to your plate, both as an edible garnish, as well as you could eat it fresh once they soften up a little bit, like a persimmon, or really just, I think, dried is where you find most of them, in the dried form. But really interesting stuff. We appreciate you joining, and that's what's hot in the cooler this week.